Are y'all ready? It's time. Woo-hoo! Happy Monday, everybody. It is so good to be here. And listen, if I'm going to have to borrow a page out of Patti LaBelle 7 and 14. If only you knew, oh Lord, what it takes to be able to pull this up when I'm out of my usual habitat. Because today it's a road trip. I'm Mama Sue Roseberry, and welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. And it's a road trip. I've done it on the road a couple of times, but this time was particularly challenging. But guess what? The Lord, He made a way. And so we're here. I'm so glad to see everybody. It's wonderful that you're here. Let me see. I'm trying to get all of my little stuff to work like we want it to work. Oh, there it is. There's the background. It just took its sweet time. Want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching with us. We absolutely love having you tune in with us. Be sure to like and share this so that we can grow our audience. I mean, it's the best thing ever to get to connect with you all. Now, I am in Dallas, America. And y'all, if you thought my hair was already big and standing up, but when you come through this Dallas traffic, hallelujah, it'll do something to you. But the Lord blessed, and we were able to make it without any accident or any incident. So I know you were praying. I know you were praying because you knew we were up for a road trip. And we're going to be talking all about that coming up. But I do want to tell you a few things. First of all, got to give a shout out to WJIL.today, to Pastor Patty, and to all of the viewers and listeners that are there. They watch us in replay on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 3 a.m., 10 a.m. and 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's www.wjil.today on Gospel Radio, Roku, and Fire Stick TV. And I am so excited about being able to express myself across all of these platforms. Somebody somewhere is hearing Moments with Mama Sue, even when we are conked out. 3 o'clock a.m. So I'm very proud of that opportunity. And I thank you, Pastor Patty, for allowing me to be seen on WJIL dot today. And I do know and believe that God is up to something. I thank him for every opportunity and every open door. I've been so busy this month. Black History Month is a big time for me as a storyteller because I get an opportunity to go around and share stories from our culture, music from our culture, and just really uh, give a little snapshot into what the griots from our heritage have done down through the years. And so I'm very honored to be a storyteller. For those of you who are joining with us today, you know you can still catch up with Miss Annie because she's still ready to come where you are for the special children that are in your life. You can order it today via my website at www.sueroseberry.com. It's a rhythmic story, and you can even download audio files of me singing Miss Annie from way down south. And there's a version that is a sing along as well. And then once you order it, I would love to have you tell me how your children are enjoying it and what they think about it because it's such a fun story. And while you're over there shopping, you might as well pick up Thoughts from the Heart. That's my daily thoughts and inspirational quotes that the Lord just downloaded to me. Now, I did not pilfer these from anybody. God gave them to me. So these are what I call Mama Sueisms. Okay, they are my own thoughts and ideas that I hope will resonate with you. And because it's a perpetual devotional calendar, you never have to worry about it running out. All you do is just flip the days, and by the time you get back to January 1st, you'll need those ideas and thoughts one more time and just keep it rolling, and you can enjoy it and then even pass it along to somebody else to share. If you've already received it from me or you've already bought it, tell me how you like it because that helps me to know too how I can tailor things for you. I want you all, those of you that are watching, if you're able to catch up with me, please do, because I would love to have face to face time with you. You can see that I've been busy all the month of February, and right now I am in Dallas for the GMWA National Board meeting, which is taking place on this week. And there will be a welcome musical that's taking place on tomorrow night. It will be here at the Hilton Dallas Lincoln Center Hotel, 5410 LBJ Freeway, Dallas, Texas, 75240. And it's going to feature the incomparable music of Charisma Evans as a special guest. But guess who else will be there? That would be me. I will be there, as well as Dallas Chapter GMWA, their CAD, Mount Rose Sanctuary Choir, Marcus Moore and Chosen Generation, Christy Tillman, Jimmy Wyatt, and then there'll even be some liturgical dance by the Carl Long and the Liturgical Alliance. So and no telling who else will show up because there are all kind of singers and artists who are in town for the board meeting. So you know how we do. We just may end up hearing from somebody else that is part of the GMWA convention, and it's all good. We're just going to have a wonderful time in raising the praise and planning for the national convention that'll take place in July of this year. And then later on this week, now I will be at Pease academy, Communications and Technology Academy, right in Midland, America. They're having their Black History Festival, and they invited me to come and share stories. And don't you know, I'm glad about it. I absolutely love being able to share stories with young people and hopefully inspire them to read and improve their literacy. That is so important. So that's going to be this Thursday, February the 23rd at 6 o'clock p.m. It's going to be in the Pease Gymnasium. They're on Magnolia. So if you're in the area and you can pop in, then just come on in, come on in. And then the end of the week, OMG. Y'all, do not miss a Black History Month event, No Ways Tired. This is a collaboration event between the Midland Storytelling Festival and the Museum of the Southwest. They're going to be expressing storytelling in three unique ways. There will be a nationally acclaimed Black storyteller, Tony Simmons, who will be sharing stories or spoken word. Then we'll have the West Texas chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America will be sharing stories in music. And then LaDonya Scott will be sharing story in dance. Three unique expressions. It's going to be at the Museum of the Southwest at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, the 25th of February. That address is 1705 West Missouri Avenue there in Midland. And guys, you don't want to miss it. But let me tell you, the museum only has a limited number of seats. So you gotta go to Eventbrite. Go to Eventbrite and put in No Ways Tired, and it will pop up. Or if you go to our Facebook page for the Storytelling Festival, or even the Facebook page for the chapter, you'll be able to see the link there. Go to Eventbrite. The tickets are free, thanks to the wonderful generosity of our sponsors and donors. So you can get a ticket for free admission because there's only a limited amount of space. But we're going to try to get in everybody that we can for this stellar performance. And I don't want you to miss it. Now, I got one more thing that I want you to be on the lookout for. Ta-da! It's my birthday month, y'all. At the end of this month, the very last day of the month, guess who is having a birthday? That would be me. I celebrate on the 28th because I'm really a leap year baby. So really and truthfully, it's the 29th is my actual born day, but I celebrate the 28th on every month that is other than a leap year. And this year, I'm going to be rolling out a plan that I've been talking about for some time, doing some special things. Some subscribers and members of Mama Sue's family, and that's going to come out via email. That's right, it's going to be via email. So if you want to know all about it, and I know you do, I know you want to know. If you want to know all about it, then be sure that you have already gone to my website at www.sueroseberry.com and made sure that I have your email address. Subscribe so that I can send you information about what's getting ready to happen. It's so much fun. I've been planning for a long time because I am so anal, y'all. I'm such a perfectionist. I wanted to be so good. I wanted to be so right. And so I've been working on it for some time, and I'm going to roll it out on my birthday via email. So you guys be sure and check that out so that you can roll along with me as Mama Sue's family. Now, let me tell you, we're on a road trip, and I told you we're going to talk about that. We're going to have some fun. There's going to be a whole lot of other stuff coming up about that, but you all just stay tuned, and I'll be here with my girl Loree right after this. Advertise with us and let Mama Sue's family know what you've got going on. Email us at msroscbe2 at gmail.com. Oh, yeah. Now, through the magic of technology, I'm going to swivel the camera around. Swivel, 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 swivel. There she is. Say hey, Loree.
Hey, everybody.
We out here in these GMWA streets, and we drove in today from Midland. How was the drive, Loree? Tell them about it.
The drive was excellent. I just sat back and relaxed, and Mama Sue did all the driving, and she's a great driver. So we had a good time laughing and talking and having fun.
Yeah, we did. And we always, I don't know if y'all do this or not. Y'all can tell me in the comments. Do y'all, when y'all get on the highway, do y'all pray before y'all get on the road? Because that's what I always do. I want somebody in that car to get in touch with the Lord and pray that we will have traveling grace. So Loree prayed, and her prayer was effectual and fervent, and we made it all the way without accident or incident.
Thank you, Jesus.
For real. And y'all, this is the funniest thing is me and the GPS. Okay? Me and the GPS. Because it's giving directions, but sometimes I'm technically challenged and it's telling me to go one way and do this and do that. And sometimes I end up over here on the side and I say, I don't know if it really was intended for me to go that way or what it was intended for me to do, but somehow or another, it's like Thelma and Louise. Okay. Somehow or another we be doing it and Loree be so encouraged.
She did good. We got off on the shoulder, and that was the way to go because the traffic was backed up on the freeway. So she did the right thing, guessing, and the Lord took her the right way, and we made it without any incident. So it was great.
Yes. We got off on the front row. I took the exit and I said, I think it's telling me to go right here, but maybe it meant for me to stay up there until I get down here. But we were on the frontage road and we just stayed over there. And thankfully we did because the traffic was backed up for miles. And no telling when we would have arrived. We might not have made it in time to get here for y'all. But let's talk about some things like about a road trip. What's some stuff that that you always like to pack for getting on the road when you driving in the car? When you're in the car, because you know going on the plane, you can only have a limited amount of stuff and you're trying to get all your stuff together. But when you are, okay, Sherrod, hey, Sherrod. Yep, gotta have your water. But you know what? They don't let you always carry water if you flying on the plane. But in the car, I put water bottles all over the car for everybody. In fact, I bought a case of water with us because I did not want to pay $5 a bottle for some water. Isn't that ridiculous, y'all?
Yeah.
Isn't that a ripoff?
It is. It is.
They rip you off in these places. Who is this, Christine? What is you talking about? Chicken. Elaborate. Elaborate on what that chicken is. Loree, what's something you always pack for when you're getting ready to travel on the road?
Well, I take some snacks. I gotta have me some peanuts and nuts and things like that. So I always have some snacks.
Yeah. I always usually have some snacks too because I had some potato chips. And then when I'm on the road, one of the things, yes, they do take your water when you're at the airport. And not only your water, y'all, I have to tell y'all the horror story of our last trip, our last road trip. We flew, where were we going? Houston. We were going to Houston from Midland, America, and Space International Airport and Spaceport. And when we got there, they took what they take from you, Loree.
They took my lotion, Bath and Body Works lotion.
Yep.
I think they took my hair products, my spray.
Spritz. They
Yeah.
took the spritz.
And I had a little thing on my keychain. They took that and dumped it in the trash. So,
Yeah.
oh well.
They said they can't keep none of the stuff. It was a nice bottle of Bath and Body Works lotion. Now, I don't know why in the world. Now, this is just kind of one of those things that make you go, I don't know why they can't figure out how to get a handle on all of these mass shootings, but we've been taking our shoes off and putting our toiletries in little Ziploc bags for years, decades now, and to avoid having an incident on the airplane. Y'all figure that out, and we'll figure it out. Anyway, no liquids. And hair grease, yes, coming back from Houston, or I was in, had that by that time, I had jumped from Houston over to New Orleans. And going to New Orleans, they took my Vaseline. When I travel, I always travel with Vaseline because it is multi-purpose. And y'all know you go to these different climates and things. I always like to have it because you don't want to be ashy. Ashy. you you don't want to be ashy. So I always take Vaseline, but they took that. Okay, Aquila says in the car snacks, sanitizer, wipes, paper towels, pillow, orange juices. So, yep, all of that. Packed fried chicken and hot sauce. Ooh, Christine. Now that sounds good. The fried chicken. On now Midland Airport. That's what Gerard said. On now Midland Airport. But that's what they do. They take stuff from you. But the wonderful thing about a road trip now, when you're traveling down the highway, is getting an opportunity. I think the most special part is the chance for the fellowship.
Yes.
Because we got several hours uninterrupted to be able to talk and have fun and catch up and find out how everything's going on. Now you do that in the city limits, but life gets in the way, and you have so much going on. What's the favorite thing you enjoy about road trips, Lori?
I like to just ride down the road and see everything and sightsee. So
Sightseeing.
sightsee is one of the fun things, but I do like the fellowship.
I do too.
Yeah.
And we're missing some of our road dogs because usually when we make these trips, Gerard is usually along for the ride. And then usually our other road dog, May, there she is in the chat, but she's our other road dog. She's usually there. And then sometimes Linda, I don't think Linda's on here today, at least I haven't seen her, but we get in the car and it's a laugh per mile. It's a holler per mile because there are some things that have been so funny on the road, and you just laugh, laugh, laugh until your whole face is just exhausted because you've had such a big smile on your face. Okay, look what Aquila said. She said, yep, that's right, May. She said, Bible and hymn book, cell phone chargers, flash drive, laptop, iPad. Oh, don't even mention the technology.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even mention the technology because
Yep.
we have come such a long way in technology and all the things that we have access to now that we didn't always have.
Right.
And so we got to make sure that there's plug ups, USB ports, so we can, it have turned us into a nation of plug hustlers.
Yep. Yep.
Plug hustlers, and you get where you're going and you got to look up. But it's nice. I do like a few of those features, like having the GPS on there. Y'all tell me in the comments what form of GPS you use on your phone. I use the one on my phone. Some of you have it built into your cars. Oh, and all you have to do is just plug it into your Mercedes or whatever, your Lexus, your luxury car, and you just ease on down the road. But I always use Waze on my phone because it's a really up to date app.
Yep.
And it will even tell you what kind of things are on the road that you need to navigate around.
Yes.
It does pretty good with that. And it will even take you around knots in traffic. Like if there's a traffic jam, sometimes it'll reroute you so that you can get around that. Scout, I never heard of Scout. Gerard, I haven't heard of Scout. Y'all just pray for Mayetta. Pray for May. Talking about Lucien. That's a laugh. And you know, on the road coming down, uh, Leela said she has it in the car, but she talks too much. She talks to my husband more than I do. That's funny. And that is funny. But I always try to program it so that I can be able to follow along and know exactly where it is that I'm supposed to go. But sometimes I have found, y'all, and this is the truth, these GPS try to take you through a business sector. So hopefully you'll be lured into stopping and shopping. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they be trying to do.
I think they slick.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the board meeting, so we're planning what's going to actually take place for the national convention here in Dallas. And so tomorrow night, there's the welcome musical. I already told you about that. But later on tonight, after we get through with Moments with Mama Sue, then we're going to hop on to a game night, and they've asked everybody to wear their favorite sports shirts. I don't have my jersey yet. I had ordered something, but it didn't come in. So I'm just going to have to go repping me, representing me. But anyway, Lori got on hers. Dallas football.
Yeah, Cowboys.
I'm not going to hate them. It's good. You know what? Do you know what? It is good that they have fans that support them no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Win or lose, always a Dallas Cowboy fan. For life.
For life. She said for life. And they will sometimes, yes, Aquila, they will sometimes take you to a wrong direction. Wrong location. Let me tell you something else that I have noticed about road trips is that not a lot of people drive on the road and are really paying attention. You got to use your defensive driving skills because people do not pay attention. Now, I know if I can see a sign saying, when I get to it saying merge, right lane, closed in 1.5 miles. I know if I saw it, that whoever came behind me should have seen it too. But you'll see people just passing you and getting into a bottleneck because they weren't paying attention. And then down the road, you got to wait and let them weave in. That's what Gerard always be saying. Mayetta said, you've been warned. Because you be done already, you already been warned that the road conditions are changing. But people don't pay attention. And in their haste, sometimes it creates a bottleneck in the traffic. And that really grosses me out. And so you do, absolutely. You got to drive for yourself and everybody else, especially, oh Lord, I don't know. I'm going to go on and confess. I love people everywhere, but I couldn't live in these cities in Dallas or Houston.
No.
Ooh, or New York.
No.
Or Chicago. But Houston and Dallas, Los Angeles, oh Lord. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Nope.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Can't do it. I can't do it. The traffic. I don't even know how you guys get around and do all of the things that you do because that traffic is horrendous. It's horrendous. You got to have a made up mind and you really do need to know Jesus. And something else you need to do is make sure that you don't drive a hoopty. Because you know, if your car ain't up to par and you up on these freeways and things, and you got to stop and pull on the shoulder and be trying to put in some oil or, put some water in because it's overheating, it
Won't work.
won't work.
No.
I did see a few hoopties along the way. I saw a couple of hoopties on the road, but you have to be careful. Yes, Aquila, I would need a driver. A driver. Oh, Lord Jesus, because it is danger. You talking about danger. It is
Stressful.
dangerous and stressful and having just to sit there. I have been one time, Loree, in gridlock traffic
Oh my.
right here in Dallas, America,
Mm.
in the downtown area, and the GPS had me going on 30 coming through on my way to Mount Pleasant.
Oh.
And I was on 30, but the traffic was so backed up, it was bumper to bumper, and I was kind of over in the middle lane, but I could not get off to exit. So, another thing you need to make sure about is that you have used the restroom.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Make sure that you have used the restroom before you get there. Oh, yeah. Gerard said Baltimore. Leela is saying yes, LA is bad. I mean, can you imagine? And I remember driving from Baton Rouge. I was by myself driving through from Baton Rouge and going through. This was after Katrina. And I was on a long bridge in Louisiana. Y'all, that's another place that you want to make sure if you're on a road trip that you have taken care of the necessary things before you get on the road, or you might just want to go on and, wear you some depends. Wear you some depends. Because if you get locked up on that bridge, there are no exits till you get to the other side.
Oh my.
You are stuck like Chuck. It's not good. Okay, now we're going to talk about the merits of flying versus car travel. We're going to talk about the merits of that in just a minute, right after this. Yes, he is. And it's worthy. I'll glorify you. Hey, all of my days, I'll do it. 'Cause there's nobody greater. No one greater.
It's beyond entertainment. It's an experience. Book Mama Sue Roseberry today.
And it's worthy. Yeah, he's a great God. And it takes a great God to watch over you and protect you as you go from one place to another. I never take that for granted, Loree.
Right, right.
Just because you think you're going to be able to make your destination, it ain't necessarily so.
That's true. You have to depend on God and trust Him to take you to your destination and to the destination He has for you to go.
That's right. You know, the old folks used to sing that song, take the Lord along with you everywhere you go. And that's really true because you're going to need him. You're going to need him. But we're going to talk about the merits of car travel versus airline. Now, some people will swear that they will not take a long road trip. We went to, where did we go last that was so long? To Atlanta. We drove to Atlanta
Yep.
all the way. And there were some places along the way that we have come to really love. Now, they're not paying us for endorsements, but I'm just going to tell you about them anyway, because if you ever get a chance to go there, you really should. You should drop in and just treat yourself to the experience. Now, on the road going on 20 East between Midland and Abilene, headed that direction, I always stop at a place called the Flying J.
Yes, always.
And we run into people that, because it's a regular stop, because they usually have nicely appointed restrooms. The restrooms are clean. Of course, you can get gas and you can get other stuff. There's a Denny's restaurant.
Yes.
Sometimes we stop there and eat, and we have a good old breakfast. My favorite from Denny's, in case anybody cares, is Moon over my hammy. I like those sandwiches. But we are pancakes. And so Flying J is a favorite stop. And there's something at the Flying J that you may not know about, but I know about, and I'm going to tell you about it. It's some carousels of Christian literature and books.
Hmm. They're very nice. They're all different kinds, and some of them are just so wonderful. You have not seen these before, or they're children's books, and they look so exciting, and they're just great to buy. And we usually end up buying some.
I bought one today, and I'll be sharing that when I get back home. But they have Bibles and leather bound products that are just really nice to make gifts, journals, things like that. So they have a couple of carousels outside of the necessary rooms where you can just pick up some Christian literature, and that's really cool. Now, as you carry on east, going on, if you travel far enough, or you make it as far as Terrell, Texas, hmm there is a place that I like to say I have introduced some of my traveling companions to, because they were a little skeptical. Let me just say, they were ragging me and telling me, "Oh, it can't be all that. Why she keep bringing that up?" That's what they were saying. That's what they were saying, Leila and Aquila. That's what they were saying. But after they had the experience, they are now converted, and they will agree that it's one of the stops that you just got to make if you're going nowhere. You don't even have to use the restroom. You may not need no gas. You just going to stop because you just need to stop at Bucky's. Ooh, yeah. Y'all put it in the chat if y'all have ever stopped at Bucky's. Bucky's is a rest stop, and they have clean restrooms, a lot of restrooms. They have a lot of pumps for you to stop at and get your gas and all that. Look, and Gerard talking about, yeah, I said it, but the Lord brought me through. In fact, they had said that I was a Bucky freak. What is it about Bucky? What is it about Bucky? But once you go there, you'll see all the stuff they have. Not just, they have stuff where you can shop.
Yes.
What's your favorite part of Bucky's?
Oh, I got a lot of favorite parts of Buc-ee's. Their food is delicious, and they have such a variety of different kinds of foods, from barbecue to chicken to sandwiches to salads and desserts, and whew, it's just so much to choose from, and it's so tasty. Donuts and danishes. Oh, please don't get me started.
Uh-huh. And there are some among us there on this chat tonight that absolutely love the barbecue beef sandwiches. I do too. There's something about that chopped beef that's a level up. It's a level up and it is so good.
Yes.
Look, he is in the chopped beef sandwiches. Emphatically, he is shouting the chopped beef sandwiches because they are so good. You can't hardly just eat one. And the breakfast sandwiches are good. And the
Yes.
turkey sandwiches are
Yes.
good. And the cinnamon rolls are big and good. And look, May, bless her heart, she is bringing us on in with a little healthy mentality, healthy, fresh fruit. Yes, they do have fresh fruit there too.
Yep.
And ice cream.
Mhm.
And you can buy clothes and novelty items. It's kind of like Cracker Barrel on steroids for the opportunities to shop. But you can buy household items and novelty products, things that you won't just see everywhere from your Buc-ee's. And I even bought a couple of T-shirts, so I have become a little moving billboard for Buc-ee's. Hmm. Indeed. So it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. So if you ever get an opportunity, and when you're going east, you'll find south, east and south, you'll find several stops along the way. Because when we were driving and going to Atlanta, we stopped at, was it two or three Buc-ee's?
I think three.
I think it's about three along the way. And oh, yes, it was just fun every single time. See, Jackie, know what I'm talking about. Chopped beef sandwiches, Jackie, you right. Praline pecans,
Yes.
gummies, worms, salty caramel, Rice Krispie treats. Oh, yes, all of that at Buc-ee's. Hmm. So that is one of the benefits. You cannot go to Buc-ee's if you fly, unless you're going to an area where they happen to have a Buc-ee's. But if you're on a road trip, you can do that. The other big benefit to driving, of course, is that you can stop when you want to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you want to stop and see something. Now, for me, when I travel, oh, I love to visit Dollar Generals. Don't judge me, because I own stock in Dollar General. And I like to see what they have in different places, because the market in different places is different. And I like to go there too. And once again, some of the travelers, some of the travelers were a little bit, let me pull out a vocabulary word, a little reticent about stopping at Dollar General. But once they were up in there and seeing some of the things, now they understand the flow. So I like to go. That's my store. I will stop in different places. And when I'm by myself and I'm not on a real time crunching schedule, I will stop in different little towns along the way. And all of those little towns in East Texas are perfect places to stop and go to Dollar General or Family Dollar. And you do know, if there's a Family Dollar in the vicinity down the street and not too far, there's going to be a Dollar General.
Yep.
Same as Burger King and McDonald's.
Mhm.
They're not the same franchise, but they figure, hey, if you like this, you might like that. So they're going to put up those things. Yes. Mama Sue is making Converse, Aquila. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to turn them on to some of the finer things in Dollar General and Bucky's. It's the height of luxury, okay? Yes. Oh, Brenda, I know. Cato. She says she know every Cato store between El Paso and Ohio. See? Some people are like that by Ross. But either way, just getting to stop as you go along and see things that are offered in different markets because believe it or not, the taste of individuals and what they particularly want or what the trends are in different areas, markets are different. So
Mhm.
you'll find different things, different on the store shelf items at a Dollar General in Waco than you will at one in Midland. It's just the way it is. Stop when you get ready.
Mhm.
And you can pick up novelty items that you can bring home. And I have done that for years. Just pick up stuff that I just feel like, somebody wants this besides me because I love to share and love to give. The other part of traveling by car is that you don't have weight concerns for your luggage
Right.
because you might be able to get a whole lot in your suitcase, but if it's over the weight of what your suitcase is supposed to hold, they'll still charge you more.
Yes.
So you can stuff a whole lot more in your suitcase and get where you're going when you're traveling by car. And that's a plus,
Mhm.
which I always appreciate. And then my last little nugget of road trip travel is that once you make it to your destination, you may want to go somewhere. You may want to see something of the city or get to experience something in the area. That's hard to do when you don't have a vehicle. Now, you of course can Uber, you can cab, you can walk, you can do all of those things, but it's always nice to be able to get into your vehicle and experience some things that may not be available to you otherwise. So those are the road trip side, the driving side. Now I want to give equal opportunity to airline travel. So Flip, we're going to talk about the merits of airline travel when we get back right after this. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Miss Annie from way down south. She's loud, she's fun, but you'd better watch out. Put on your seatbelt and take the rollicking ride with the unpredictable Miss Annie as she whips and turns and drives straight into your heart. Own it today at www.sueroseberry.com. Woohoo! Yes, indeed. So we're on a road trip and we drove, but sometimes you have to kind of combine those things. You might have to fly and then rent a car, and that works too. But here's the merits of flying for me. Hopefully, it will save you some time. That's the biggest one. That hopefully it will save you some time. But by the time you have to get up and get to the airport
Right.
and be there an hour and something in advance, depending on where the market is, so you can make it through TSA. And then you have to go through TSA. Now, I think they just like me because I'm fluffy. Because every time I go through TSA, you know, if certain parts of your anatomy don't, I stand as wide and getch leg as I can, but they still be acting like I'm trying to smuggle something between my thighs. So they always got to pat me down and get up close and personal. So I don't like all that, but that's what you got to do sometime if you got to fly. They know already. Then if you have big hair, like I do, they want to feel up in your hair to see if you're smuggling any uh, contraband or whatever in your hair. Yeah, go figure.
Crazy.
Go figure. I started to tell him, let me do the splits. You could tell I can't do, I ain't got nothing up between there, but yeah. Anyway, but on we go. So you do get to save some time usually in travel. And if you're by yourself and not up for a long drive, a very long drive, and you got to get there and you got to get back, then that's what you got to do. Yes, Nadine. Uh huh. You got to have a Bucky experience. You got to have a Bucky experience. And when you do, be sure you tag me and let me know how you enjoyed it. Be sure and let me know. But one of the tips that I have for people as you're flying, number one, if you get a bottle, if you want water, and you don't want to pay for the ridiculous prices to buy just a water. A lot of the restaurants and places have RO water. So if you just take an empty bottle, then after you get on the other side of security, you can go and fill it up with water. And then you'll have water without having to pay a kidney to get it.
Good
Hmm.
idea.
Yes, that is one of my tips, one of my fail safe tips. Another tip is that if you are traveling, particularly Southwest, because in our market, they're the largest flight, largest jet coming out of that area. If we are flying on Southwest, I go ahead and up for the early bird check in just so that I don't have to be up at the crack of dawn on the day before trying to get my boarding pass so I'll get a decent boarding pass. It's an extra $20 that is usually well spent because then they can do the early bird check in for me and I don't have to worry about it or think about it. That's another tip that I will pass along. Another tip for your luggage: if you know that there is a chance that your luggage could be overweight, then I suggest that you get some of the easy folding up little duffel bags that will fold flat and zip up. They have them usually at Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
and I've even found them at Target,
Mm-hmm.
places like that. And you can, and they will zip up, but that will give you an option for dividing up some of the things in your luggage to keep it from being over the weight limit for airline travel.
Right.
Then you want to make sure that if you are carrying any liquids, which we talked about earlier, lotion, spritz, any of those kind of things, and they're more than 3 ounce bottles or containers, that you put those in your checked luggage. If you are carrying on, they're going to go through all of your stuff and take your Vaseline. But if you go ahead and put it in your checked luggage, it will probably be able to make it through without any problem. Although they do sometimes riffle through your luggage, but they won't take it out because of size.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Then here's my other tip for travel on the plane. You know they have disposable wipes. Stick by you some. Now that the pandemic has kind of calmed down and you can find things again, you should be able to find Lysol or Clorox wipes in a disposable pack. Get you some so that you can wipe down the stuff around you because guaranteed they're not doing it to your satisfaction. So you can go ahead and wipe down the tray table, all of that stuff, and have it a little bit safer for you. And while I'm traveling on a plane, I am still gonna wear my mask. Boom to that right there. I know everybody is not doing it, everybody doing what they want to do, but Mama Sue is still going to wear a mask in close confines only because I think that it's for my best interest that I protect moi. Now, they can call it whatever they want to. They don't even have to talk to me. I'm putting my mask on, my glasses, and I'm probably going to sleep soon as I get on the plane because that's some good sleep on that plane. Ooh, yes, it is, until I get to my destination. But that's what I'm going to do. And if I get an opportunity on the plane, I prefer to sit on the window because at least there is a little bit of ventilation and air right there circulating along that side and then overhead. And I, of course, cover up in my own wrap or my own carry on little blanket or throw. So, those are my tips for travel. Laura, you got anything you especially like to do when you're traveling
Mm,
by plane?
I do like to sit inside. I don't like to sit right on the aisle because the um, people come by and they may bump you and this and that. So I don't like to be on the aisle seat. And I do like to go to sleep sometimes, but then I'll put some headphones on and listen to something on my phone or something. So it's just really relaxing, and I do prefer to kind of look out the window to see what's going on. I like looking at the clouds and what's going on out there. Nothing that doesn't scare me. So I just like to relax on the plane. I
I
like to
do too.
relax. Yeah,
So,
relax.
we've come almost to the end of our hour, but I do want to remind you, amen, to yes, well, amen to disinfectant wipes and masks, gloves, okay, whatever you got to do to protect you. Okay, that's what I say because nobody is going to protect you like you. We're coming to the close of our time, but I've had fun, Lori.
It was fun.
It was fun. We brought you where we were. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the road trip. We're going to tell you, and I'll tell you all about what goes on at the board meeting later on in posts and when we do the next moments with Mama Sue. You guys be sure to tune into my page over the course of the next few days because I'll probably go live at some points and you'll get to see some of the stuff that's going on and I'll be glad to share that with you. And I want you to remember that I have a birthday coming up, and I'm going to roll out a plan for Mama Sue's family on my birthday. Oh, it's going to be by email. So if you haven't already subscribed, or let me know what your email is, go to www.
SueRoseberry.com.
Yes, and then I can add you to that email list so that I can share it with you because I want you to come on and roll with me. And your support and love and help has meant everything to me. I want you to continue to pray for me that God will be glorified and that He'll be lifted in everything that I do. Thank you. If you were a first time viewer tonight, be sure to drop that in the chat. And for everybody that's watching, if you want to find a way to be able to give, then by all means, you can do it by Cash App at $Sue Roseberry, or you can do it by Venmo at Sue-Roseberry-1. Or if neither of those gives you a warm fuzzy, then you can always go to snail mail, send a check to P.O. Box 51422, Midland, Texas 79710. Thank you, Lori, for being on with me today.
My pleasure.
We're getting ready to go and rock their world at the game night now because they're not ready for two girls from West Texas. We're going to see if we can figure it out. So thank you all for being with us tonight. And be sure and tune in for the next Moments with Mama Sue, because I can guarantee you it's going to be positive, it's going to be upbeat, and it's going to be fun. And I will be looking for you, and especially you. Bye-bye. Woo! Now that's what I call a great show. Woo! We out of here. Mums and Mama Sue. Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Now we can do it a little better than that. Mums and Mama Sue. Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Well, all right, come on with it. Mums and Mama Sue. Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Yeah. Mums and Mama Sue. Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Wait. Mums and Mama Sue. Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Mums and Mama Sue. Mums and Mama Sue. Never know what to expect. Hey. Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Ow! Mums and Mama Sue. Ow! Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Yeah. Mums and Mama Sue. Can't you? Mums and Mama Sue. Moments. Oh. Well, now we might be done a little bit too much.